Hey guys, welcome back. This time we're doing a little bit of technique and drills. So a couple of things I want to point out, and we'll follow on a little bit from one of Graham's videos that he did previously on technique and posture. Graham was talking about posture. This one sort of follows on from that. So posture is very, very critical within running, and especially in trail running. That body attitude toward the ground and where we are positioning ourselves. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about arm position. It's one thing that we all forget about, and we just seem to put our arms wherever they work and we go for a run. Although if you stand and watch a field, you'll notice that there are very vastly different positions for arm position while running. Some people run out, some people run in, some run forward, some run back. There is no perfect position, but the one thing I will say is you shouldn't let your arms or your upper body dictate your body balance. And that comes to the fore when we talk about where our arms are in position to our torso. So one of the things I normally get people to do when they're running along, and you'll notice this with my technique groups, looks quite funny, is, and we always love doing this as a kid, pretend we're aeroplanes. We run about 10 steps on a nice flat area when we're doing a speed session or an open area run where we're not going to trip over. Put your arms out. Now the reason for this is if we lean too far forward or too far back, which is the common mistake with trail running, and we put our arms out, we neutralize our arms in our run, which means we're not doing this or this. You'll notice as I do that, the body goes forward to balance the arms or back. So if our arms are forward or back, the same thing happens with the body attitude, and it does dictate where we are. So I get everyone to run with their arms out. We get to play airplanes for a while, which is great, and it neutralizes the body. Now the one thing I will say is people say, oh, what position should I be in? Well, the issue is we can't say that because it's all dependent on the speed you're running at. The faster you run, the further forward you need to lean. And this is because at the end of the day, people forget this, walking, running, any movement within the human body is about controlled falling. That's all we're doing. We're falling into the next step and capturing it. That's all we do, every step we take, whether it's a walk or a run. All we're doing when we're running and moving faster is catching it quicker. So we just need to lean into it more, which takes away that effort that we need to drive ourselves forward. So therefore, if we're running too far forward, we're braking and stopping ourselves. If we're leaning too far back, we're trying to drive with our legs too much, wasting way too much energy. So you need to be in that nice neutral position for the speed you're doing, and that's where your arms being neutral help. Beyond that, when you're running along and you're feeling comfortable, arm movement is the next one, because it can completely throw you out, sideways, forward, backwards. Some people run with very little movement, some run with a lot. Now the one thing I will say here is that it's been a common misconception in trail running and road running for a long time that the arms should be down by the side. It's not necessarily true as long as your balance forward and back is neutral. You will notice a lot of triathletes run with their arms up, and that's because they get off the bike from that time trial position and back into this position. It's comfortable for them. As long as their elbows are back and their hands are up, it's not a bad position to run in. Relaxed position is down here though. So what I normally tend to do for a nice little technique tip session, you know, for 100 meters or so on trail or round an oval if you're practicing, is use the elbow to wrist method. Elbow to wrist, never past the hip. So your elbow comes forward and doesn't go past your hip, comes to your hip, and your wrist comes back level with your hip. That is the movement of your arm only. So as you're running along, both arms just do this, nicely and relaxed beside you, not forward and not back. This will help balance the body, and it'll help that lower easy movement as you're running along. Hope those little tips help, and hopefully we can get that body a little bit more neutral and we'll get you moving and freer and faster on the trail.